Little 2 minutes late, but it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm a little 2 minutes late, but it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. I hope I got one question for anybody watching. Can you hear me? I know it sounds like I got something in my mouth that says I do. Can you hear me? I need like a cool, quick verification before I drastically start to lose my mind. I just gotta be sure. Because if I'm not sure, then I'll be confused, right? I'll just be confused, and we wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that at all. I would hope not. I would hope I'd be, loud and clear for the ethos and the ether. I cut my finger last night, and I'm still feeling the ramifications of it. Greetings, comrade. Well, that's not comforting. That's not what I wanted to hear. Okay, I can hear myself, so that's pretty much good enough. That's good enough. Hi. How you guys doing? The memes coming out of the debate are pretty good so far. We got a problem, though, and I'm going to address it in, rage fashion because I need to highlight how stupid Trump supporters are coming out of that fucking debate because no matter how you slice it, both of them looked bad. And I'm going to need people to, rationalize that shit because a lot of motherfuckers will sit here and lie to your face and be like, oh, Kamala looked so much better than Trump. How could you? Both of them were dodging questions to the moon. A direct question about abortion led to talking about how we got here. Ooh. And my head is struggling to keep up with the fact that people really got to decide between these two people. You can tell who's a fool and who's not thinking with their full brain based on how they're skewing these conversations. Because ain't no fucking way you gonna sit there and say Trump looked absolutely better than Kamala when asked about a fucking plan. This is not his first time running for president. This is his third. He essentially told you motherfuckers, if you read between the lines, he ain't got no plan and he won't have none until after he becomes president. You look at Kamala and you say, Kamala did so much better. She was dodging all these questions, looking into the camera, sounding like it's a concerned mother in a fucking Hallmark movie, giving the impassioned speech about how we're all going to fucking make it through. You're all doomed. Correct. Since Hannah's here, can I illustrate how doomed we truly are? Am I allowed? Can I rant? I just want to have the ability to rant. Yes, congratulations. Even though you were going to say yes anyway, I'm glad you all thought yes before typing it. I just want to make this perfectly clear. After that debate, I look at both of these two as incompetent, dodging questions, finger pointing. It was bad every way to Sunday, where I think neither one of them look good and they're on shaky ground with people who are undecided on anything in regards to voting for either of them. But if you are walking out of this debate having a thought about anything regarding anything about that debate, and there are some things to think about. If it has anything to do with these damn earrings, I have a problem with your comprehension of anything in society. Look, like Team Kamala and husband Doug Emhoff ordered earbuds to help her debate because after all the circumstances of both of them dodging each other and having the conversation of what we're going to do, are we going to mute the mics? Are we going to not mute the mics? Are we going to let people talk for how long? Are we going to let them talk for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? We have to now have a conversation about how people are running around with earbud headphone earrings, because we can't just say, wow, Kamala was on a little bit of shaky ground. We got to come up with something. And the thing that's pissing me off is how many people are willing to put fire towards smoke they can't even see. Rumors begin to emerge that Marxist Kamala Harris hashtag wore similar wireless earbud earrings during the debate. Oh, Kamala Harris exposed for wearing earpiece in debate. proof. She is seen wearing an earring developed by Nova Audio Earrings, first seen at CES 2023. This earring has audio transmission capabilities and acts as a decent earpiece. Discreet earpiece, not a decent earpiece. Kamala Harris confirms claims that the candidate against Trump gets to break all the debate rules. Now, let's play a game. This is apparently the earring in question that has the audio capabilities to transmit something to the earring, to your earlobe, with nobody being able to detect it. And this just so happens to be, not that one, this one happens to be the earring that she wore during the debate. Does anybody want to play the game of noticing something? Do I have to spell it out for everybody? Do I need to spell out the difference between this earring and this earring? I shouldn't have to, but golly gee willikers, Batman, a lot of people are buying into this, but they're going to do the whole subtle, oh, well, I'm not saying it's true, but you really have to consider. I'm not considering nothing, because that is not the same earring. And I just want people to know that this is a real earring, because there are people running around saying, oh, you can't even get this thing. You can order this thing. Keyword order. Why do I say that? Because if we look at this article that came out on 9/11, respect all those people who lost their lives in that. What's the frequency, Kamala? Some conspiracy-minded supporters of former President Donald Trump have claimed that the Vice President Kamala Harris got secret and unfair help in her Tuesday night debate against the Republican nominee. The theory goes like this. Harris's earrings contain a clandestine Bluetooth device that enabled her to be coached by unseen aides during her ABC News forum, blah, 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 blah. However, the Nova H1 audio earrings look different than the ones Harris donned during the verbal bout, except for the fact that both include pearls. You know what's crazy? The thing about that is they're Tiffany earrings, easily verifiable by anybody who's going to bother to look at this. And they got people complaining about this. This is what we doing. It's $800 earrings. Is it earrings I would buy? No, unless I'm trying to impress somebody during Christmas. I'm not paying attention to this. But we dedicating useless time to people worrying about earrings. Because apparently Trump did so bad in some people's eyes, they got to make the most baseless, boring excuse. The clip-on Nova H1 earrings sell for about $625 a piece and are able to protect sound from inside the pearl straight into your ear canal, according to its Kickstarter page, which appears to have been dormant since last year and includes comments suggesting people hadn't received their product despite chipping in the cash. We're dedicating time to this. We're dedicating significant time to worrying about a Kickstarter page where people apparently aren't even getting what they signed on for. This is what we're doing. This is what we're truly doing. Instead of looking at this debate with any sincerity, any type of brain power, we just coming up with anything now. And people are running with it. That's truly the saddest part. People running with this and thinking that it's gospel, and nobody's going to fact check it. Nobody's going to bother to sit around and actually say, hold on, not only are these two earrings not the same in any capacity with the exception of a fucking pearl, which by that logic, damn near everything's the same if it has one minute detail. Jesus Christ. This is the dumbest shit ever. This is truly the dumbest shit ever. You could have just said moderators are full of shit. You could have said that they were unfair, which is debatable because I watched that 2-hour thing and I'm trying to figure out how they were unfair. Well, I'm saying that. Here's how they were unfair. This whole 1 minute, 2 minute rule, chance to respond bullshit, muting the mics and not muting the mic, that was all bullshit. Because I don't understand how in the fuck the concept is we gonna mute the mics and give everybody a full chance to respond without being interrupted. They mute the mics, but motherfuckers start talking as if the mics are muted, and then they turn on the mics and let everybody, hey, I'm talking right now. Yo. It's confirmed both supporters on both sides are cults. Yep. Confirmed by who, you wonder? Me. So look, Dana, you part of that cult, bro. What the fuck is this? It's a baseless conspiracy theory drummed up by a bunch of people who are really saying, without saying it out loud, they thought Trump kind of whiffed this, and they don't actually know how to respond to Trump whiffing it without just coming up with something. Because you could look at this shit, and you could watch that debate and say, both of these motherfuckers look bad. There's zero wrong with saying that. Kamala fucking dodging questions off the rip. Trump sounds like a manic motherfucker who belongs in a fucking Twitter space. Your shit was bad. And it left a lot of us who was watching it live not feeling proud to be Americans. It wasn't good. It truly wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. But people just bought into this shit. They just bought into this shit. Trump spoke the truth. Trump, when asked if he had a plan, basically fucking told y'all no, he doesn't have a plan, which is a problem. Because say what you want about Kamala, that bitch talked her way into convincing people she had an idea. This motherfucker Trump stuck. Fucking stuck. And that's a problem. That is a fucking problem. You can't look at this with objective eyes and say that's not a problem. You can't look at Kamala turning everything she said into a Hallmark speech, and you can't look at that and say that's not a problem. Bro, Kamala kept avoiding the questions. Yes. You know who else was avoiding fucking questions? To also participate in finger pointing? I'll give y'all a hint. His name rhymes with rump. I'm not denying Kamala was avoiding questions. I'm gonna need y'all to add one more person to that fucking mix, though. Because one more motherfucker was in there. There were two people being asked questions, and both of them was dodging like a motherfucker. Professionally, I might add. America is dying right over. Bro, America's been dying every year. They didn't ask him baseless questions. Are you sure about that? Oh, God. Philip DeFranco upload. I'm terrified. Vote for Kamala. You're a traitor to America. All right, buddy. I hope you had a good day. Go ahead and go ahead and scatter. We ain't got time for that one. We ain't got time for that one. We ain't got time for that one. Millions and millions. Millions and millions and millions and millions. Why are you motherfuckers rhyming shit with grump? Trump, damn y'all. But I ain't got time for the whole, if you vote for this person, you're this. We're gonna do this in a civilized fashion. We all saw this shit with our own two eyes. Both of these motherfuckers look spotty. Both of them motherfuckers look spotty. That's the fairest thing you can say. All that fence sitter shit, too bad I don't fucking subscribe to your weird ideology of just sticking to one side and staying there, bro. Can't be done. Can't be done. Won't be done. Won't be done. Won't be done. It just won't be done. And listen, in all honesty, listen. In all honesty, the thing that irks me is that there are going to be institutions and articles that come out to fact check this and say that this is an entire thing that's baseless, and people are not going to care. They're going to run with it. They're going to say that this happened. They're going to sit there and word salad it and be like, oh, this was a thing that actually happened, and I heard it via Twitter, and they're not going to bother to actually take the time to see if something is verified by people who are dedicated to telling the truth. They're just going to run with the lie because they're clearly trying to illustrate any form of an excuse as to why in their minds they thought Trump looked bad and Kamala looked somewhat better than him. And that's not the way y'all should be doing this. Y'all should be looking at both of them and how they responded to these questions and think critically as to how they can improve the next time, hopefully, if they actually have another debate, because both of them look spotty. Both of them look bad. But for some reason, one side is going above and beyond to do anything possible to make one person look good. And in reality, that's making them look very spotty. And I don't know why, but I have to hold your hand as I say this. Please don't start spreading baseless claims about shit just because you need to start spouting nonsense via social media. It is not helping the conversation. It is hurting the conversation. And the more you do that while people are dedicating time to fact check it and debunk it, the more people are going to look at you and say you are fucking stupid. My eyes hurt. 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 It's just like, I read that. It's 4 o'clock. I saw this at like 2 o'clock. And I was losing my brain. I was losing it. Like, I was losing it. Because it's like, we can't just talk about how bad she was doing. Like, we literally can't talk about how bad she was doing in certain spots. We just got to make up some shit. You can't just look at Trump and be like, oh, how bad he was doing. We just got to make up some shit. These nuts 2024. Could y'all imagine being gaslit by teenagers about politics? None of you fuckers are allowed to move to Canada. So look, what's wrong with France? Because I put France as like an option as to, all right, everybody, where's everybody going? How's everybody feeling after the debate? And somebody was like, Leon, I got some bad news for you about France. What's wrong with France? I know, like, it's kind of dirty, but a lot of places in America are dirty. So I'd fit right in, you know what I'm saying? I'd fit homely right in with the dirt that comes from America. I'd fit right in. But for anyone wondering, how, after the debate, I put up a poll on how everybody felt. We're doomed. Trump are getting Kamalazing or packing my bags and moving to France. Shockingly, the packing the bags one has 8%. But we're doomed is winning by 8%. So I'm happy about that because there are people who saw that and just thought, God damn it. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? This is what we got. This is what we got going on right now. And I feel ways about it, bro. I feel ways about it. I want to watch what Philly D has to say about all things regarding what happened yesterday. I just want to know how he's gonna put his spin on it. Why not? Why not? Why not? Just for the one time.
All right, so let's talk about it. The Kamala Harris-Donald Trump debate. What happened? Well, the quick version is Kamala Harris.
Speed it up, motherfucker.
Dog walk Donald Trump. She'd hit him really hard on something like abortion, and then she'd bait him with something else, and he would then just quickly take that bait, and he descended into like full-blown crazy Facebook grandpa mode, to the point that Donald Trump was spewing so many lies per minute, the moderators even at times had to fact-check him in real time, which also is something that Trump supporters use as a way to describe it as a 3 versus 1 debate. So also what many others defend.
That's another thing. Why are we calling it 3v1 if the moderators are just saying, hey, what you just said, kind of not true? Is that is providing like a fact check quickly, because we're not about to stop the whole debate to be like, hey, this document, is that 3v1? And didn't they also press Kamala about shit she said in the past and how motherfucker is moving different now? Why does everyone think we're doomed? Because this fucking this presidential debate has everybody feeling less, or at least everybody here. I'm not going to speak for the rest of America. Everybody here feels less American.
Offended since their platform was being used to host this debate. They don't just help platform wild lies uncontested and turn it into a he said, she said. In general, the reaction we've seen online are people saying, yes, Kamala Harris won the debate. Now, as far as what it's going to mean for the polls in the coming 7 to 10 days or in the election, that remains to be seen. As always there, I'll remind you that the only poll that matters is the one that happens on election day. But let's get into some of the details and the highlights, right? Because it did not take that long for Trump to go off the rails, with it all really seeming to start with a contentious exchange about abortion that became one of the most single significant moments of the night. Or with that kicking off with moderator Lindsay Davis flagging how Trump has flipped flip-flopped on abortion, right? Noting that he's boasted that he's the guy that killed Roe v. Wade and said last year that he was proud to be the most pro-life president in American history. Now he's out there saying his administration would be great for reproductive rights and pointing out how just a few weeks ago, Donald Trump said he would not.
I didn't get that at all from the debate. Well, fuck, I'm glad you're here, Cyber Taco. After watching that debate, what did you get from it? Because I feel like we're doomed. But that's just me. I can only share how I feel, you know. I can only share how I feel. Like if you feel different, if you feel confident, I'm proud.
Not vote for Florida.
At least everybody doesn't believe we're doomed.
6-week abortion ban because it was too short. But then after backlash from Republicans, he reversed course the next day and said that he supported the ban. But Davis then going on to ask Trump why voters should trust him on abortion when he has changed his position so many times. And we saw this back and forth.
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is, as you know, the vote is they have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the
I was about to say Harris looks younger. No, she doesn't.
previous governor of West Virginia.
If you stand next to an old person, if you stand next to somebody significantly older than you are going to look younger.
And not the current governor, who's doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will.
Like, come on now. Of course she looks younger. Look what she's standing next to. Like, look at the side by sides here. Also, Trump is like maybe 20 years older than her.
Decide what to do with the baby.
Maybe.
In other words, we'll execute the baby. And her vice presidential pick, which I think was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born.
I thought Kamala gave some generic answers, but I don't think it was all that bad. And Trump just rambled about nothing. Maybe I'm just a simp. You know, it's how you feel. It's truly how you feel about how this whole thing happened. And you know, props
Is okay, and that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years. They've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. But each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6.
I mistook the moderator. You thought the moderator was, oh, you dumb Irishman or UKer, whatever you are.
There is no
That's why your teeth are crooked, because you have bad information.
state in this country
Misinformation crackles your teeth, children.
where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Also, something I need to know, right? In addition to this just being factually wrong, it also appeared that Donald Trump was mixing up West Virginia and Virginia, because who he's actually trying to reference is Ralph Northam, the former governor of Virginia, which is a mix-up some said showed off Trump's cognitive decline, among other things in this debate. But back to Northam, right, he got backlash from conservatives after an interview in 2019 where he discussed loosening restrictions on third-term abortions when there are serious deformities that could make a fetus non-viable. And then going on to say that when those pregnancies are carried to term, all doctors can do is make the baby comfortable, resuscitate it if the family wants, and then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So again, no, Democrats are not trying to legalize post-term abortions. It is illegal to kill babies. But also last night, that wasn't the only notable moment from the topic of abortion, because we also saw Donald Trump claiming that he didn't support a nationwide abortion ban, but then repeatedly refused to answer questions about whether he would veto one.
Would you veto a national abortion ban if it
Well, I
came to
won't
your
have to, because again, 2 things. Number one, she said she'll go back to Congress. She'll never get the vote. It's impossible for her to get the vote, especially now with the 50-50, essentially 50-50 in both Senate and the House. She's not going to get the vote. She can't get the vote. She won't even come close to it. So it's just talk. You know what it reminds me of? When they said they're going to get student loans terminated, and it ended up being a total catastrophe.
The Trump thing going on.
I saw that on Twitter too. Did you see people were talking about their face expressions? Yeah, one's looking like, one's got his lip poked out the whole time, and the other one's just looking at him with his lip poked out, talking, being confused. It's like, I hope nobody's looking at only one side's facial expressions and being like, look how uncomfortable this one looks. They both looked a little bit weird being there. They both looked like they weren't even in the room. Trump would literally look and be like, and Kamala would just like raise her eyebrow, just like, hey, what? Huh? It was the whole time. It was the whole time. Their facial expressions were going to be the thing to talk about, like unequivocally. But fuck.
Going on to rant about student loans for a bit before Davis asked the question again.
But if I could just get a yes or no, because your running mate, J.D. Vance, has said that you would veto it if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with J.D. In all fairness, J.D. And I don't mind if he has a certain view, but I think he was speaking for me. But I really didn't. Look, we don't have to discuss it because she'd never be able to get it, just like she couldn't get student loans. They couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close to getting student loans.
Also, that's where I'm going to cut the clip because he once again just kept rambling about student loans instead of actually answering the question. But again, this was really just like the prelude. The shit really went off the rails when Harris dropped just a morsel of bait that Trump couldn't refuse. The size of his crowds.
I'm going to actually do something really
Oh, good Lord. It was like, this debate reminds me of like YouTubers trying to argue with each other, and their contentious points to get the other one to debate are like the scandals that they've been in over the years. And it's like, why couldn't we just like do this shit normally? Politics are boring. They have to be sensationalized in order for people to be interested.
And I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies because it's a really interesting thing to watch.
Also, throughout this speech, like almost every time, she talked into the camera, which I guess in a way could be speaking to the American people. But I just felt uncomfortable the whole time.
You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you.
And that is something she just kind of threw in at the end to see if he would grab onto while she was answering a question about immigration, which is exactly what happened.
People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World
I just want you to know, I now have new alerts.
War III, just to go into another subject, what they have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all.
Neither people answer questions. Thank you. Yet Philly is glazing Harris. What did you think was going to happen? This is why I wanted to watch this shit with my own eyes, because I wanted to see what was going to occur. I wanted to see who was going to look stronger. And they both look weak. But if you held a gun to my head and told me I had to pick one, I'm saying Kamala looked stronger because I was hearing what she's saying, and it sounded like more of an idea for the future of America than what Trump was talking about. However, they still both look bad, and I will keep saying that shit. You will have other people say, oh my God, Kamala, smoke this motherfucker. Oh my God, Trump, smoke this motherfucker. And it's like, really? And I told y'all what was gonna happen throughout the night and going into today. That fucking clip of him saying, I'm speaking. Oh, you're familiar with that, aren't you? I told y'all people was gonna use that shit and it'd be like, oh, he got her with that one. And that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing. You want to hear the new sound alerts? I'll play them. Hopefully I walked. Oh, I was able to fucking. Did I put the? I won't know unless somebody does it themselves. Where can I? Oh, what the fuck? Why am I not signed in? I want to be signed in. Dashboard. Overlays. Bam. Edit. All right, so look. I forgot which ones are which, so we're just gonna play them all.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
You already know about that one.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
There you go. That's the one you wanted. That's the one I wanted.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
There it is. Those are the new ones. I, for one, love it here. I 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 love it here. Did you play Space Marines? Nope. I don't really feel like that's a game. I mean, somebody told me it's Helldivers again, and it's like I'd rather just play Helldivers. I still play Helldivers. It's fun.
All over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dog.
The chick tries. You want to know where that came from? Comes from right here.
Not going to be Aurora or
How convenient you say this.
Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Which then prompted this back and forth with moderator David Muir.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television.
Now look, the jury is technically still out on that shit because you got people apparently doing on the ground journalism where they're just talking to motherfuckers. They're not finding anyone doing the shit, which would be more helpful. You need to find motherfuckers actually doing the shit instead of just talking to motherfuckers, giving you third-hand information about something that happened to somebody they know. At current standing, you wanted people to investigate this. They did, and they came back and found nothing. That video going around of somebody getting arrested for this shit is not a Haitian. That's an American. Like a full-blown American citizen. So, maybe it's not the Haitians, but it's them niggas. But if you were to be saying something and somebody responds with, we reached out and they came back and told us that there's no credible information about this, your response, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. Your response should never be, I saw it on television. That should not be your fucking response to anything. And again, we're not gonna break the whole debate down to do a bit by bit fucking a sequence segment on this shit. It's a debate. They got a speed run. This shit was 2 hours. They have a process they got to go through, and they're not about to break the whole thing down to just stop and be like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're inside Springfield to have a conversation about that. They're not going to do that. What they need to do, if anybody wants to bother, actually go there and investigate. Camp out every pond, every lake, everywhere where there's a geese, goose, duck, cat, dog, and just wait and see if some shit pop off. Because all this word of mouth shit, it's not really.
They should say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
the people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying the
manager.
dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice
We'll
President
find
Harris.
out.
No, just one of the many times we saw Harris baiting Trump into a disjointed rant, where she also got him to use up precious time rambling on and on about his own convictions when they were talking about crime. And then there was this wild moment where she says the military leaders that she's met with while traveling the world have called Trump a disgrace, which he responds by saying, oh yeah, bet. You know who just fucking loves me? Far-right strongman, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who many people describe as an authoritarian leader. And going on a nearly 2-minute long rant about how great Orban is, and also saying some shit about pipelines in Europe. Another part of the debate that was really notable was just the sheer number of very important questions that Trump refused to answer or dodge, even when the moderators asked multiple times. Like, for example, when the debate moved to the topic of the Israel-Gaza war, and Davis asked him a very straightforward question, and he responded by just first talking about Russia and then basically descending into nonsense.
President Trump, how would you negotiate with Netanyahu and also Hamas in order to get the hostages out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza?
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president.
Not what it was asked. It's just like, how would you do it? It's like if I asked y'all, how would y'all solve the price gouging that's going on in America? Oh, if I was president, it would have never happened. Nigga.
President, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, there was no threat of it either, by the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine and killed millions of people when you add it up, far worse than people understand what's going on over
Millions.
there. But when she mentions about
Millions.
Israel, all of a sudden, she hates Israel. If she's president, I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one. She hates Israel. At the same time, in her own way, she hates the Arab population because the whole place is going to get blown up. Arabs, Jewish people, Israel will be gone. It would have never happened. Iran was broke.
All right. I can't deal with this again. I can't deal with this overwhelming process of this again. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. I truly cannot. In any capacity, I cannot. I'm here. How you guys feel? I know it's been 30 minutes, but how you guys kicking? How you guys trucking? How you guys living? How you guys operating? I hope you're operating well. We're back again. Didn't think we'd be back so soon, but let's be honest. We all knew we'd be back so soon. Don't rewatch is gonna hurt you again. I'm not hurt by it anymore. I'm more just like, all right, it happened. It's probably gonna happen one more time. Maybe 2, but I'm not certain if it's going to happen like a 3rd time. I feel like they need to debate again to really hammer home the point to America. Yeah, we're fucked. But hey, like with all things, time will tell. So let's talk about motherfuckers getting banned on social media apps because, boy, I sure do love it when people who constantly start talking about how they hate all these platforms still sit on these platforms. And they just do things, and then when they get yeeted, they're like, oh, I never liked this place anyway. Watched the stream a few hours ago, old brother. I mean, I did kind of good. Show me. All right. So since Austin said that, can I make the poll right here? Oh, I can. Ooh. Honestly, who do you think's gonna win? Honestly, don't troll me. Don't troll me. You don't even have to say you voting. Just like after seeing these 2 individuals for all this time, I hope that poll is shown. Like I hope that's public, or I'll have to go into my studio and do it. But who do you think is going to win? Not who you voting for. Who do you think is going to win? Not the butter lady. Listen, this is gonna be the theme for the stream. Motherfuckers saying they got banned and they were banned and all this shit. And I feel like every one of them, there's a warranted reason as to why they got banned. Which might be callous and rude to say, but let's be honest. Don't care who wins, we're fucked. That's the wrong attitude to have. Let's be a little bit more positive, you know what I'm saying? Let's be a wee bit more positive. I'm definitely going to play a game as I watch. I'm going to play 2K. Wrong button. That's the button. We're gonna, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna, yeah. We're gonna, yeah, man. We're gonna, yeah, it all over the world, man. Listen, the only thing I'll say about that election is just be glad you're not Peachy, because Peachy's entire household is convinced that if Kamala loses, black women are dead. And it's like, that's not the right way to think about this. But, Butter Lady, you were telling me that you are banned for so-called bigotry. Does anyone know this woman outside of calling her the butter eater? Does anyone know this woman outside of calling her the butter eater? I do. And here's what I'll say about her. She, much like Ryan Kinnell, likes to say words. Ryan's favorite word is bitch. It's like every video, bitch. He's got to throw that in there somewhere. And for her word is British cigarette. Or if you don't know, the slur for gay people. Rhymes with maggot. And she says it a lot. And on certain platforms, they're not going to go for that. And once you say it enough times, you're going to get in trouble.
So Twitch banned me again for homophobia. I think they don't really ever tell me the exact reason why I'm banned. They say hate speech, but that hate speech is me talking about the Bible and biblical principles.
No. It makes no sense for anyone to be getting banned off of any platform for talking about the Bible. No. But if you're using the Bible as your interpoint to start bussing out slurs, then yeah, we kind of got a problem here.
But I digress. I think this case may have been for the use of a slur on stream this time.
Oh, so it wasn't about the Bible. It was about you bussing out the slur.
However, I've got a lot to explain on this, and I will soon, but I just thought it'd be funny to react to a couple articles that were written about me, about my homophobia. So let's go ahead and dive into this video. Now, to clear the air, people are gonna be like, well, are you really homophobic? Or you're not actually homophobic, you just think it's funny to say that. I would say I'm not homophobic in the fact that I'm not scared, but I am against the crayon mafia, if you will, and everything that entails. So yeah, I guess you could call me a homophobe by whatever standard you have.
All right, I didn't have to say anything, and none of you had to say anything. She said it herself. So we're going off her word and her word alone, people.
But on a technical level, no, I'm not afraid of them. All right, so this is from Dexerto, and they said Melanie Mac brags about monthly Twitch ban after using homophobic slur. Because yeah, I have been banned multiple times now.
And you brag about it as if it's some fucking badge of honor when it's not.
All right, about her monthly routine of being banned from Twitch after repeatedly using a homophobic slur during a Bible stream. Mind you guys, by the way, because I know there's always going to be comments, oh, well, why don't you stream here? Why don't you stream on this platform or that platform?
Which is a wonderful thing to say. If you're one of the people who talks about all these platforms and how they do these things that are not fair and you hate it and everybody should just go somewhere, okay, go. One thing you're going to have to realize is that the large audience that you built on one platform, a lot of them are not going to follow you to the next one. Fuck, I can barely get people to go from one YouTube channel to another YouTube channel. But I'm still thankful over the fact that I got 10 of you watching me right now. And it's wonderful, and it's great, and it's good. And it's the circumstances that we have built the foundation on. And what matters the most are the friends we've made along the way.
I do stream here on YouTube and Rumble, and I just multi-stream to Twitch whenever I'm not banned.
And if you hate Twitch so much, stop streaming on it. You already stream on YouTube and Rumble. So if you talk about Twitch and you say, and I feel like she might because she's done it before, if you say that, oh, this is the place where you can sexualize yourself in all these different ways, if she starts saying that shit, just get off it.
I don't need Twitch. I don't give a crap about Twitch.
I didn't watch this. I did not watch this. I did not watch this beforehand. I just saw the title and was like, yep, I know how this about to go. And bit for bit, I'm right. The motherfucker is gonna sit there and say, oh, I got banned. I don't really care, but why do you stream? So just stop streaming on it. If you got all these issues with all these platforms and the things that they got on it, stop streaming on the fucking platforms. It's just that fucking simple. That's all you gotta fucking do. It ain't hard, but motherfuckers need sympathy views and pity views to try to make it seem like everybody's against her in some fucking way. No, you dumb fuck. You broke their rules. You broke their rules. And they got the rule. They been had that fucking rule. You may not like it. You may think it's against your free speech, but too fucking bad.
Twitch, that is probably my lowest revenue source of everything. Well, definitely on streams, it's my lowest. So I don't care. And plus, Twitch is a cesspool of prostitutes marketing to.
I said it. I told y'all. I told y'all. I fucking told y'all. I told y'all. I told y'all. See, y'all need me. I should be a psychic. That's so Raven ain't got shit on me. I can actually see the future, and it'll turn out exactly as I say it will.
Children, let's be real. So if this kind of platform doesn't like me, maybe I don't feel that bad about it. All right, so I did have a Bible stream. Now, if you want to watch the entirety of the VOD or look around, skim through it, and figure, did she deserve a ban? Well, that VOD is on YouTube and Rumble. You can check it on my stream VODs. Click the live tab on YouTube, and you can see the entire stream. I was going to play a game, and it turned into a Bible stream because chat was on point. Chat was asking a lot of questions and about my opinions on things, and we just really dove into the Bible a lot and discussed biblical things. Now, one of those things being that homosexual activities are an abomination to God according to his word, the Bible. And I also mentioned promiscuity, things of that nature as well in general. And I did say my favorite slur, which...
So thanks for confirming to everybody that after trying to make it seem like, oh, you're just talking about the Bible. As much as people want to make it seem as if the biblical is like something that will get you banned, no, you busting out slurs is going to get you banned more than ever talking about Jesus walking the earth again, or how the world needs more Christianity or less sinners and more following of the God. That's not getting you banned. It's not getting you banned. It's not getting you thrown out of the fucking algorithm. It's you being the dumb fuck that gets you thrown out of the fucking algorithm, whether it be your inconsistency or your willingness to just do dumb shit for sport and somehow think, it's fine.
Which is the bundle of...
And just so you know, it's not fine.
...sticks word. But what's funny is I didn't even say it in a derogatory way on that stream.
Oh my God, you fucking idiot. This is why there's a lot of that fucking belief that if God actually came back, y'all would argue him down about shit that you thought you were right about, but you're gonna argue with God. If God came down and was like, I love all of my children of the LGBT community, and I hope that they are living wonderful lives so that they could become part of the kingdom of heaven, you motherfuckers would argue God down and be like, hold on, buddy, that is not what's in the Bible. You would argue with God about it.
I just said, because I was talking about Nick Rekieta and people were like mad. It's like, why do you guys want me to call him a faggot? I don't understand why you want me to call him that. I said it that way, and then somebody sent me a super chat.
So your chat's calling him that, and you're trying to figure out why and why they want you to call him that. And do you not see the path you've strayed upon by just like taking that as your echelon? You not see that? Are we not clear here? Because if 10 of you were trying to get me to call somebody a slur, y'all getting banned. Like off rip. I just hope y'all know that.
Chat and asked me to call them that word, so I did. In a funny way. So I don't think it was, I mean, maybe it was, but I'm more under the impression that they banned me again because I said the Bible says homosexual activity is an abomination and that people need to change, they need to accept Jesus and turn from said abomination so that they won't go to hell. So I mentioned that. And that's what has been getting me banned every time so far, because I haven't said my favorite slur on every stream that's happened. So anyway, feel free to watch my VOD if you want, and you can let me know if you think that my ban was justified or not. So anyway, Melanie Mack is no stranger to finding herself
The ban is absolutely justified.
at the center of controversy and has been known to stir the pot when it comes to her content. A devout Christian and self-described social commentator, Melanie frequently makes homophobic remarks and openly uses slurs, which has resulted in numerous bans from Twitch. And after getting her 7th ban from the platform on September 5th, she took to X to brag about her monthly routine. Because, yeah, it's hilarious. Every time that streamer bans will announce, oh, Melanie Mack has been banned. Twitch partner, Melanie Mack has been banned. Boom, bam, boom, bam. They say it every time. And every time there's a bunch of comments from a bunch of freaking wokies. Yay, hooray. Yeah, hooray. So, homophobe destroyed again. Yeah, they celebrate. And they're giving me so much more exposure when they're doing this. It's hilarious. Make it a perma ban. Oh, I've already taunted Twitch and told them, go ahead and perma ban me. It does not affect me. If they think this is going to make me not be able to pay my bills, they are incorrect, because Twitch, again, is not a revenue source that I need.
I just wonder to myself if the YouTube revenue source gets demonetized. Are you going to have the same level of energy, or are you going to start panicking just a little bit? Because it's fair if you do. Like, it's truly fair if you do. It's just amazing how people will be so grandiose and they'll puff their chest the fuck out all the time until the hand finally gets bitten in a way that fucks them over, and they'll be disastrously upset about the fact that they got fucked over.
I don't barely use it. So anyway, when asked why Twitch had intervened this time, the streamer responded that she did a fun Bible stream that involved using the homophobic slur a couple times. Well, yeah.
Excuse me. Did you just edit that? Did you mute yourself? I thought you were against censorship, bud. What's going on here, bud? You censoring yourself now? I don't know why you used it like literally a minute ago, uncensored. So what's the problem?
Yeah, I think it's a few times, at least a couple times. There is no official list of words that have been banned on Twitch. However, the streamer responded that she did a fun Bible stream that involved using the homophobic slur a couple times. Well, yeah, I think it's a few times, at least a couple times. There is no official list of words that have been banned on Twitch. However, offensive speech surrounding sexual orientation can result in a suspension. Yeah, where's that list of words, Twitch? This has become a monthly routine. Yes, that's where I said that. She found her continuous bans hilarious and had a really good streak going. I do, it's great. But
for someone who doesn't care, she sure seems to cares a lot. Yeah, that's the problem with everybody. Like everybody. And by everybody, I'm including me. A lot of motherfuckers will say they don't care about something, and they will dedicate significant minutes of an hour or even days talking about that same subject. Like, if you don't care, stop talking. You realize that I lost brain cells from that fucking stream about Kamala and the fucking McDonald's. I deleted it because I stand by not caring about that shit to the point where I deleted it. So for anyone wondering where that went, I did it by mistake, but I was also going to just do it anyway. So technically mistake / not mistake-ish type ordeal. Fuck, man. If you don't care, just don't talk about it. It's just that easy. But motherfuckers make life that difficult.
While Melanie sees humor in her bans, others are less impressed that Twitch has continuously let the controversial content creator back onto their platform despite numerous offenses. One user on X questioned why Twitch was giving Melanie so many second chances, claiming that YouTube was already doing the same despite accounts getting permanently banned for less every day. All right.
That's true. They got accounts that get banned for less. And she busting out them slurs. I mean, she's still kicking. I get my Twitter account banned, but I can't come back. What? It's not fair.
Wash your crack. Okay, great input, Wash your crack. Melanie Mack has one platform where the rules aren't enforced against her. Accounts get permanently banned for less every day. Why is she getting so many second chances on Twitch, too? She's not sorry. She's not going to change. She's mocking your wrist slaps. You are correct. I am mocking the wrist slaps, and I will not be changing on this. Nonetheless, Melanie remains unfazed as she doesn't rely on Twitch revenue whatsoever, meaning the status of her account makes no difference to her. I have no reason to even stream there except for the laws of it. You know what? Mira Jacka, I wonder, from the Australian team, I wonder what other articles she wrote. I'm curious if she...
Oh, what's the point? All right, we're done here. Next, Candace Owens got demonetized.
Well, the YouTube purge continues. It's a long list of accounts for a variety of reasons that have been suspended over the past 7 days. It started with Tenet Media and their alleged affiliation with some funding that they should not have gotten.
Up, my good buddy.
As far as I've seen, there's been no criminal case, no conviction. That was enough.
That's what time will tell. Like, one thing I don't get is, this is all alleged. I haven't seen anything about it. Why the fuck would you see it before anybody else? You, much like me, are a YouTuber. If this goes further, it's going to take time for this to go further. This fucking document These 32 pages that got unsealed are not new. These were things going on for a full year. I think today, either yesterday or today, marks when these motherfuckers had a conversation about anything dealing with any of this shit. Not when it started, but I feel like somewhere in September of last year is when they started the conversations about something that's in that fucking document. The document has been around for a year. It only got unsealed last week. So for anybody who's not aware, it's not like a breaking news thing. Shit like that takes time.
Enough for their entire channel and the work of dozens of creators to be unceremoniously deleted with no history available unless they were smart enough to back it up on the Mean Green website. They then banned Lauren Chen, the co-founder of Tenet, and all of her available channels, again with no trial, just an accusation that perhaps she took money from someone she shouldn't have. They then banned Taylor Hansen, an on-the-ground reporter who's in Ohio right now reporting on the story.
Oh, keep that name, Taylor Hansen, in glorious mind. Why? Well, that's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Of people's pets going missing, allegedly being eaten by Haitian migrants. We know that they're taking all the ducks and geese out of the parks and eating those. I wouldn't.
So wait, we know that they're taking ducks and geese out of the park, but it's alleged that they're eating them. Okay.
They also be eating their cats. They banned him, preventing
and alleged eating their cats. Okay.
him from getting that message out. They then banned Amaranth for some weird reason, basically like a spicy streamer for the most part and content creator. Then they banned last night Candace Owens. They have repeatedly suspended Steven Crowder. He just got a strike.
The funny thing about what I just heard, in case anyone was willing to wonder just a little bit, he said little old creamy Sheev. It's a bit I stole from Sheev Talks. Don't kill me, Sheev Talks. But he said what about Candace Owens? He said what about Little Miss Candace? Go ahead and repeat that for me.
Geese out of the parks and eating those. Why wouldn't they also be eating their cats? They banned him, preventing him from getting that message out. They then banned Amaranth for some weird reason, basically like a spicy streamer for the most part and content creator. Then they banned last night Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. Oh, I know Candace Owens is a real conservative social media influencer. This video was uploaded yesterday, September 10th. So if he's saying it last night, he means September 9th. Okay. Now, maybe there's the unique, very strong possibility that things just so happen to have changed over the intricate courses of time throughout one day and the next day. But would anyone like to ask or answer what this channel is? This is the Candace Owens YouTube channel. Now, maybe he means the Candace Owens podcast channel. Oh, no, that's still there. That's only inactive, though, because I believe that this is affiliated with the Daily Wire. So now, devil's advocate, maybe she got banned, but then got reinstated the next day. You know, YouTube does things like that. You know, there was a full day where this went like unbeknownst to many individuals of the working eye. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, just maybe.
They have repeatedly suspended Steven Crowder. He just got a strike not that long ago. Last night, Candace Owens got 3 strikes in one day. There's something spooky going on out there, folks, and we're going to take a look at it. Super quick word from this video sponsor. Many out there are worried about the fate of the US dollar. We're living in increasingly uncertain times with inflation, the rise of digital.
Why is he not? This is the second video I've seen of his where he talks about the video is sponsored by somebody and he does not cut to anything. He just reads this shit out. He just reads it all out. Like, cut to something. Jesus.
Currency, stock market.
That's a nitpick.
Volatility and recession warnings. Financial analysts are urging Americans to get prepared right now. That's why you should strongly consider physical gold and silver to help protect your accounts like IRAs and 401ks. Preserve Gold can explore the right options for you and help you take the first step towards protecting your wealth. Today, they're giving away my viewers a no-obligation free wealth protection guide that contains 20% gold. What I find very curious about that is from YouTube quartering, that'll be linked in the description, to receive that exclusive offer today. This is coming out of The Independent last night. Candace Owens suspended from YouTube, apparently, over Ye West interview that violated various hate speech policies. What I find very curious about that is...
Wasn't that interview like months ago? What the fuck? Why are they doing it now? All right, we might have a credible reason to say fuck YouTube. Why are we doing it now? Ugh. Why are they assuming the Haitians are eating them? I have no idea. Oh wait, I'm lying. I do know why. Because they keep getting these interviews of people or Facebook posts, and I believe that there's like a city council meeting where motherfuckers were talking about this shit too, where they're getting all of this like word of mouth, but they're not really getting like any evidence. Which is kind of like putting me on shaky ground because it's like, I want to believe that people see a problem in their city, but it's also like in a world full of everybody always having their fucking phones out, magically we all ain't got them out now.
I mean, now? Wasn't that interview done forever ago? First and foremost, I want to, go to the horse's mouth, so to speak, here and get the actual story.
I denounce anti-Semitism in all its forms, and I stand with my friends of the Jewish community. And that, Kanye, is how you buy yourself some time. Dave Chappelle, Saturday Night Live, that conveniently has been deleted from the Saturday Night Live YouTube channel.
Thus far, I have had 0 strikes on my YouTube account. I have now been inundated with 3 back-to-back content strikes within just minutes, plus an email now that I am fully demonetized. We all know exactly who is behind this and why. I actually don't know that, to be honest with you. And you see the email, 149, YouTube remove your content. 149, all within a minute. I assume maybe they were clips of the Ye interview. And then also summarily removed from the YouTube community guideline, or the YouTube content creator, essentially fully demonetized, which is as good as a ban.
No, that's not as good as a ban. That just means you can't make money. All right, no. So she wasn't banned, she was demonetized, which he does have in the title, but he's illustrating for some reason that she got banned and fully demonetized, which is just not true. What I'm going to need people to really start doing is learn the difference between these words. That is not essentially a ban. A ban is what happened with Tenet Media. And remember that name, Taylor Hanson. Remember that name. It'll be important later. And it's not the same as a fucking ban. I wish people would stop playing this game with these words. And the fact that people will watch this shit and be like, she got fully banned, she got banned, she got banned. No, she just can't make money off of a fucking YouTube channel. Fuck. Why are we doing this? Why are we playing with this? Yes, it's fucking suspicious that an interview she posted months ago, maybe even a full year, has now all of a sudden hit the fucking algorithm enough to where everybody should say, yeah, it's a problem. You gotta go. You're banned.
Right? You end up with this situation. Now, obviously, we saw this with Dr. Disrespect, too. Was not convicted of anything, was not charged with anything, yet fully...
You are pulling a very different fucking game between a motherfucker who did an interview and a motherfucker who people are concerned that this motherfucker actually could be someone who's messaging minors inappropriately, which I will say now because I feel like I might not have said it at all. When the accusation is that you're messaging minors, please do not ever just randomly think to yourself, you know what I should do? I should just make a random tweet saying that I messaged minors inappropriately so that I could see how many people will fall for it. That do not help you.
Monetized. You see Dave Smith saying, well, first, she writes, there will be no show today or all this week. That's because YouTube has now issued me a strike and a 1-week suspension for my sit-down with Kanye. They also removed the interview as hate speech. This was a mass report from Zionist. She can't know that. Okay, so I'm not going to, I'm going to try to be fair and balanced, Dave Smith writes, this is appalling. Where are all these woke free speech warriors now? They were probably all thrilled about this because they never really believed in free speech. YouTube should correct this immediately. Silencing speech that you disagree with is despicable and makes the world a worse place. You end up with, a situation now leading basically right up into the election where some of the loudest voices are being silenced. I have a lot of concern for example, Tim Pool's channel, because, well, he has some guests on there that can be kind of inflammatory, and with everyone being banned the way they are, here's Bridget Fetsy writing, I disagree with 99% of what Candace Owen says, but I will defend her right to say it. You either are for free speech, even when people disagree with you, or you're full of it. YouTube is a private company and can demonetize her, fine, but suspending her from posting is BS. I mean, look, again, all who watch a podcast with Ye, where it was calm, filled with love, speaking about the world, I don't know exactly when that interview went up, but what I think is very curious is the timing of all this. The election is in less than 60 days. Candace Owens, conservative voice, now suspended and demonetized. And a lot of people will say, well, if you're just demonetized, that doesn't really matter. Well, it's my...
It doesn't matter. And, 1 week as opposed to 50 days left or 60, however many fucking days left until we all either feel really proud or really bad, depending on who you're voting for or how you feel about the entire thing as a whole. We're all going to see.
My suspicion that monetization is led directly to discoverability in most cases, because why would YouTube serve up videos that they can't make money on? I also believe that being demonetized is a tactic to demoralize and disincentivize people from publishing content in the first place. When you're as big as Candace, even look at me, I have 5 full-time employees who are salaried. Okay, I've got, I don't want to say the number, but it's many tens of thousands of dollars a month just in staff. People that do meme intros, people that do my thumbnails, my graphic design, people that work for Tailgates for Trump, people who work on Publica.com. Probably.
I feel like that's a waste of money when you actually learn how to do the shit. Like when you actually learn how to do the shit yourself, you don't need employees for this shit. You telling me you can't post a meme on your own? You telling me you can't work Wondershare or Filmora, motherfucker? How in the fuck? Like, how and why in the fuck? Hasn't Candace tried to censor people?
Close to $40,000 a month I have in overhead, right? And if YouTube demonetized me, I would have to lay everybody off, summarily, because there's just no, yes, I have
we have Rumble, it's up and growing, but it's still, until more people embrace it, until they continue to grow, it can't just be a flat outright, replacement. That's why I keep telling people to sign up to my locals. I want people to sign up to my locals now before I get demonetized, before I get banned, while I still can talk to people. But here's what I can say. I'm going to take a minor break in the story and just remind people. I know it's not a perfect app. Nothing really is, but it's getting better every day. If you don't at least download the Rumble
I'm
app,
losing this fucking game because these fucking randoms I'm playing with are fucking blowing my shit.
follow some of your favorite creators there. Just mix it in. I'm not saying to leave YouTube. I think it should just be, hey, you have Hulu, you have Netflix, you have Disney Plus, maybe you have, all these other, you have NFL package or whatever. Just think of it as another place to view content and go support your content creators there. Show up for my live stream tonight. I'm live 8:30.
I don't have Hulu Plus. I don't have any. I have things that would actually be beneficial to my day. Not like, oh my God, I'm going to subscribe to this motherfucker random channel that I don't watch. Like, why? That's not the same correlation, especially if I get the same video on YouTube. Like, that's not a selling point. Like, that's not a fucking selling point at all. Like, you get the same, live streams? It's not the...
Eastern, we're going to be live reacting and fact-checking the debate. We're going to have probably a bingo game. We're probably going to have a drinking game. And what's different about my stream is I actually read my live chat. You don't have to super chat or Rumble rant me to get my attention, to hear from me, to get some interaction back and forth with me. So, I mean, I just think that...
I mean, that's not a selling point either. You're just fucking it up for everybody else who does the same shit you do, and you're basically throwing them under the bus saying, oh my God, he doesn't read the chat unless you pay him? Well, no shit. Motherfuckers want compensation, and usually the driving force often ends up being money. But I can see my chat just fine. I look at it every fucking time, and if something's a direct question to me, I respond to it. Or if it's just like a funny fucking thing to say, I'll respond to it. Why? Because it's fucking more likely than not funny.
Hopefully.
For example, of course, Quarter Pounder doesn't know the difference. This is the same guy who peed in his own basement. Y'all gotta let that shit go. That's not a disqualifying factor. What he's saying now is the disqualifying factor. Like, peeing in his fucking basement, be honest with y'all, don't mean shit to me. One, because I guess I wasn't paying attention when this was popular to talk about. And two, fuck, I care what he's saying now, not knowing the difference between being banned and being demonetized.
Hopefully more people will continue, to do this, to give alternate tech platforms an option. Because until more people are willing to deal with a few hiccups, we can't fight back against this. You see a lot of people basically celebrating this. Candace Owens' suspension from YouTube partner program demonetized. It took 19 days after Candace posted this. Nothing will be hitting. Nothing hidden will not be known. I replied, how many days until God makes her regret posting this? I mean, I don't even know what's going on with this. I mean, I don't know why anyone would celebrate this. You have every right to not watch Candace Owens, right? You have every right. And a lot of people don't. I know that Candace has kind of gone down a little bit of a rabbit hole, so to speak, but okay, just don't watch it. I think that the purpose of demonetizing people is to get them to not produce content. It's to purposely hurt their business, because now...
Yes, because they're all money hungry. They're all money hungry. So it's like, once you lose that hunger, you don't want to fucking eat anymore, which makes it seem like you never cared about broadcasting the truth. You just cared about that money.
Fortunately, she's married to some super duper rich guy, but it wouldn't happen for me. And then you have Candace Owens claims YouTube suspended her after an interview with Kanye West. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably what it was. Kanye has been saying some pretty spicy things. I mean, I think that's pretty, it's relatively undeniable. But
when is Kanye gonna drop another fucking album? Like, be real with yourselves. Like, we need another fucking Donda. We need like a go out album. We need something we can feel confident and say, yes, Kanye, this is your last album. This is the one. This is the one that's gonna send us home. This is one that's gonna get us where we need to be.
But
never.
I don't think that it's, to be honest with you, I don't think it's a result of a mass reporting, because a mass reporting might take a single video down, but it isn't going to make YouTube make the decision to actually fully demonetize your channel. This is somebody who had millions of subscribers in independent media, and they were completely erased from the platform.
Terrible. I mean, I didn't listen to that.
Promote her Rumble. I remember I had to make a video calling out.
I more so said, like, give me another Donda. Donda was fire. Donda had no skips in it. I don't give a fuck what none of you. If you think Donda had skips in it, you're a communist. You are a Marxist. You want to see America fall.
Oh, saying, hey, why don't you have
Kanye 2025
a Rumble page? Looks like she does. She's got 96.4 thousand followers. She should be telling people to follow her there. She can use her locals to self-fund. Until we can convince enough people to say join our locals or whatever creators have. Tim has his website and whatever. We are still beholden a lot to YouTube revenue. The sites are growing. The writing's on the wall. Dissidents will be at minimum demonetized and more than likely shadow banned. And then anyone else will just be outright banned. I've been talking about this for years, literally. And over those years, sites like Rumble have gotten...
You've been talking about this for years. A lot of motherfuckers haven't been banned. A lot of motherfuckers have been demonetized. A lot of motherfuckers are scapegoating that this is the end for YouTube. And
better. Download the Rumble app, follow the quartering. Download the Rumble app.
Was that a reference, Leon? A reference to what?
Follow Candace, follow whoever you like. If you have content creators that, don't toe the line,
tell them they better be on Rumble and they better be promoting it. I'm never going to leave YouTube unless they force me to, but I'm always going to promote alt tech. You know, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, whatever's out there. If there's a new video platform out there, I'm going to be on it. Because I know one day, for as milquetoast as I tend to be, that will suddenly be viewed as some sort of far-right dissonance, and I can't let them just take my voice away. I don't know if there were specific comments, but if it's just a single video to demonetize the entire channel, I would argue that it's probably more linked to some of the things she's been saying on Twitter and some high-up, powerful people at YouTube not liking that. Off-platform behavior is likely why she was removed from the program. I don't know. It's just my best guess. Support new tech. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Did you all enjoy that video where a guy just says, the black guy who does the Project 2025? So it was a reference. So some people do know. You people do watch things other than whatever the fuck you usually watch. Oh. Now, remember when I told y'all, remember the name Taylor Hanson? Well, in the midst of all of this conversation regarding tenant media, collusions or non-collusions with Russians or non-Russians, trying to verify who people are and failing to hilarious degrees, and throwing your lawyers under the bus, this guy seemingly is the only one who, besides Lauren Chin, who caught the enormous stray of getting their YouTube channel banned.
Activities of so just permanently banned on YouTube, no explanation at all. Says I can never own a channel or operate a channel ever again, so that's lovely. Obviously admits the DOJ indictment of the alleged activities of Russian funding.
That is one thick beard. His beard looks stupid. I disagree. Wholeheartedly. I think that beard looks nice. I think it's a pretty good beard. And, you know, beard haters, beware. You're just mad because your beard don't look like that. Get good, use beard oil, and actually perform better. You like my Donald Trump impression?
Tenant media was banned almost immediately. Lauren Chen was banned almost immediately. And now I was banned with no explanation, even though the indictment states, if these charges are true, these allegations are true, we're all victims, the people that were hosts there and me as a reporter there. So,
you know what's crazy is that you might be looking at something on the screen. And let's just get to it right now. Just like that, I'm permanently banned from YouTube. And the community note. YouTube confirmed that Taylor Hanson shut down his own fucking account because in the midst of being viewed as a Russian op, you gotta fucking play the victim to the bitter end. The victim card is not favored by a lot of motherfuckers unless it's time for them to magically become the victim. Oh, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. But then he responds. He shoots back. He shot back with a message to YouTube showing the proof, which led to YouTube confirmed that Taylor Hanson shut down his own main account. The screenshot here is an email pertaining to a Tenant Media affiliated account, which had 0 uploads and 0 subscribers. Now, the confines of this sounds like this. They had the main channel and they had a bunch of motherfuckers sign on with different accounts that weren't their channels that they would usually post on. And they would say, hey, let's go ahead and post this and let everybody in the world know that while I have like this secret covert channel, there's also this other channel where I fucking post all videos, but this channel that's under this name is not affiliated. Well, it is affiliated, but I don't upload on that. I upload on this one. This fucker. Where is it? Where is it? You fucker. You lying fucker. He made a fucking, did he delete it? You bastard. I need to start screenshotting motherfuckers more often. I gotta start screenshotting motherfuckers. I have to start screenshotting motherfuckers. I can't just sit here and ignore the moments in time where people are saying shit and they're getting caught in their fucking lies. Permanently banned. YouTube responded to this. There it is. Did he respond? Yes, there it is. There it is. He didn't delete it. He didn't delete it. Thank you for the... First of all, Hi there. Wanted to jump in and clarify. The screenshot you shared shows a notice that we sent on September 5th after the termination of Tenet Media and associated channels, including a Taylor Hanson channel with zero uploads or subscribers. Now, do you notice anything here? Do you notice there's no date? You notice there's no date? There's just a time? Let's just scroll back down and let's read this. Thank you for your clarification, but it doesn't match up with what I received from on my end. According to your response, the email about the termination of my channel and other Taylor associated channels was sent on September 5th, but this email was sent on September 6th. And then you said I deleted a channel belonging to me on September 6th, but this was the day I got the email about being banned on my channel. So the channel ban was the one you say looks like was deleted by the owner on September 6th. The email of the ban also says that I will no longer be able to access, possess, or create any other YouTube channels. So would this mean that the channel was not deleted by being banned like the former, but instead deleted due to an association with previous banned channel? Could this be the one showing up as deleted because of that? You notice how he just conveniently has a fucking September 6th on this one, but this one has nothing? Oh, okay. Hi, Taylor Hanson. We have reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of community guidelines. We have removed your channel because of this. We know this is probably very upsetting, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all. We think a channel severely violates our policies, we take it down to protect other users on the platform. But if you believe we made the wrong call, you can appeal this decision. You will find more information. We removed your channel. So he lied. So he had two channels. One was like a main base of operation. The other one was like an affiliated. Fuck it. You could probably access this fucking account and upload something. Poor bastard. But he's also useful to us because he is the on-the-ground journalist giving us our information in regards to all of this goose eating and abducting going on. So, my good man, what do you got?
Of animals going missing, ducks being basically
yes, sir.
taken.
There's pictures of that too.
Can you speak on that? Have you ever seen that in person?
I've.
That's a bad. This is. No. You should stop the interview right there. If motherfuckers are saying, "Oh, I've seen it. Have you seen it in real time?" No, but this is not good. Not a good start. It's not a good start.
There's been a lot of allegations of animals going missing, ducks being basically
yes, sir.
taken.
There's pictures of that too.
Can you speak on that? Have you ever seen that in person?
That's a bad start.
I've seen, the only thing I've seen, I did see a pig's head laying down in Snyder Park.
You saw a pig's head?
A pig's head.
Like it had been cut off?
Did you well, if you fucking see a pig head, you would have to assume it was cut off in some fucking another stream of propaganda. Hey man, if you want to see propaganda from other people but not the person doing the live stream, subscribe now. We're either going to agree or pull our own hair out. You'll never know, but you'll understand if you hear the sound.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, you don't really see that every day, do you?
No, you don't. It's kind of surprising.
Wow.
But then our city wants to pass it off as cult stuff.
As cult stuff?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I mean, that would be some cult shit. You just cut off, like, wasn't it yesterday that I'm not going to sit here and say it was Trump. I think that was a Facebook post. That was people talking about this shit where they cut off a cat's head from a neighbor and put it on a spike and put it on the front lawn. That's some cult shit. Like, be real. That's some cult shit. Only a cult would do some moronically, hilariously bad shit like that.
I think that has anything to do with, like the connections with voodoo that Haitians commonly have. I mean, in Haiti,
Well,
it's a
there's
very commonly
actually,
practiced thing.
I'm sorry, there's actually been a couple people that I know that have been told that they were going to be cursed by voodoo.
By Haitians?
By Haitians.
I mean, the lineage of Haitians and connections to voodoo do exist. However, if I may, beggeth the finesteth of pardons. How are we tying this together?
So that actually is a
Haitians
real
told them
thing
that.
here.
Yes.
And them practicing voodoo with animals, pig's head.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's you don't hear that every day. That's crazy. How long have you been a resident of Springfield, Ohio?
My entire 58 years.
Your entire 58 years.
Yes,
so
sir.
You look a day over 20. Okay. So,
Thanks.
how would you describe what's going on here in Springfield? What are your concerns? What brings you out to City Hall today?
My concerns are security, mostly for the women in this town, the young girls. I've been accosted. I've been groped. I've been followed. I don't leave my house unless I'm armed and have my pit bull. And I couldn't bring them down here, but luckily I knew there was a bunch of people. The education system, it's terrible. And we've got adults going to school at the high school.
Can you
There were
explain that a little
fights
bit?
the first day. There are illegals.
I mean, are they adults? They could be illegals, but they could also be adults.
They're from 19 to 23 years old going to our
Adults.
high school.
That's a little unusual. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
My 10-year-old granddaughter has a 16-year-old in her class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that raise safety concerns for you?
It raised.
Could no one ask the question, or if we're going to do this where we're getting the first-hand comments, wouldn't you as a investigative journalist, after hearing that, would the next step be to ask, what school is this? We'll go and we'll ask about this, or we'll go scope it out to see if any like grown adult looking motherfuckers show up to the school, which you're gonna have to be careful with, because if that's a high school, I got some bad news for you. And listen, maybe this is an indictment on the New Orleans school system, but as a senior, I did have a fucking class with freshmen. Because that was a class I needed to graduate, and I did not take that class throughout my freshman, sophomore, or junior year. So that could also be a possibility of motherfuckers taking classes that they need to graduate. It's a strong possibility. But I feel like that lady just said 10-year-old, so I feel like my point might be immediately debunked. Did she say 10-year-old? If she said 10-year-old with 16, yeah, that kind of don't track. So let me go ahead and hear that again.
Luckily, I knew there was a bunch of people. The education system, it's terrible. And we've got adults going to school at the high school.
Can you
There were
explain that a little
fights
bit?
the first day. There are illegals.
I mean, still adults.
They're from 19 to 23 years old going to our high school.
That's a little unusual. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
My 10-year-old granddaughter has a 16-year-old in her class.
Well, number one, that's not an adult. That's a teenager, the 16-year-old. And that immediately debunks what I said earlier. Okay. Because Leon was not taking classes with 10-year-olds as a senior in high school. Okay. Incorrect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that raise safety concerns for you?
Or it could be a smart 10-year-old. You know what's crazy? That could be a case. That could be a case too. Because if you like really like one of them smart motherfuckers, don't you have the ability to like skip a couple grades if you're that smart? Like not if you just like skating by or some shit. Like if you really like that education wise, isn't there the ability for you to like skip a grade?
There's many safety concerns for me. And like I said, all the women and females in Springfield, I don't care how old you are. Obviously, I'm 58 and I've been accosted.
Can you explain kind of what happened in that situation?
Well, I have lived on the south end of Springfield my whole entire life. It is the majority of the population is black. I've never had any problems. I was at a store a few days ago on South Limestone Street.
So wait a minute. We just we're not gaining any ground on anything we're hearing. We're just hearing, oh, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. This is what happened to my granddaughter, and I view it as a problem. You're not getting anywhere with this. Is this? No, you're not getting anywhere doing this. You're just talking to somebody about their experiences, and you're not pushing back. You're just like, oh, that's very interesting. Ooh, that's very keen on the subject matter here.
Was attacked. I was called racist because I'm white. That was their reasoning, because I'm white.
Wow. Well, then you had mentioned about, being groped in the past. Could you explain that as well?
Yeah, a Haitian guy was following me around the store.
And do we even know if it was a Haitian guy? Could have just been one of those dirty, you know what? Never mind.
Literally following me. I asked him once, why are you following me? He smiled and turned his back. The second time he came down the aisle, he was up against my rear end. And
Is this, this is going to sound heartless. This is going to sound heartless. I know. Like, I'm aware of it before I even say it. Is this where we not believe all women? Because, in the past, it was, we won't believe, but we'll believe. No? Oh.
Pushed back from him, and I said, what the F are you doing? And he said, you don't understand English. So I pulled up my shirt and said, do you understand that? And he left.
Wow. Well, and what would you want people? Obviously, this has kind of blown up into a national news story overnight, it seems like.
Well, they're burying their heads in the sand. Our city commission, our mayors, our people that we pay to protect us, the police, their hands are tied. I mean, everybody's complaining because the police aren't doing nothing, but they can't. Biden and Harris gave these people complete immunity, complete amnesty. So their hands are tied. So we're on our own here. And then they get on the news and they say that we're lying about what's going on here. If you get on Facebook, for anybody that lives in Springfield that feels the way I do, there's pictures to prove what we're saying.
I've heard
There's one picture that wasn't even in Springfield where a motherfucker was holding a duck that motherfucker said was charred, but that clearly wasn't the case because I know how to work a barbecue, and clearly some people do not. They were calling that thing charred, number one.
A lot in the interviews that I've talked to today and obviously seen online about the driving out here. Does the driving concern you?
That would be another reason I don't leave my house, because I have one car. I can't afford to buy another one. I have liability. If one of them hit me, my insurance company is going to say, should have got full coverage and now you're paying more anyway. So
Do you feel like, you guys are almost being treated as like second-class citizens compared to the illegal immigrants?
We're being treated worse than second-class citizens.
I don't think you know how second-class citizens get treated, my girl.
Don't count. We don't have a word. They just said they took notes on what I was saying and they'll contact me. Yeah, I believe that. Like, I believe I'm a millionaire.
Is there anything else that you would want the public to know about your situation and the situation of locals here?
Yeah, this is not about racism. It's not about hate for other people. They brought this in on us too much too fast. They should have been taught our laws. They should have been taught some of our culture. And
I don't know about that
one. And vice versa. We have no problem learning their cultures. This town has invited many cultures, and all have been welcome. The Haitian said something about, why don't we say something about the Mexicans? Because they learned our laws and
they assimilated.
Right. They're not using the bathroom in a department store.
Did y'all see that fucking picture of somebody taking a shit outside of like a corporate office building? It's like they bare-assed and just shit dripping from them. And it's like, what are we doing? When did this start?
Play toilets.
All right, this what? Doesn't he have another one? I feel like he had not saying multiples is a stretch.
There's been a lot of allegations.
Shut up. Oh, he's got more. He's got more. He's got two more.
I've been a resident of Springfield, Ohio for 35 years. My family is here. Not all, but some of my family live here. They've lived here that long also.
Explain what about our family signs no more to me.
What about our family sign means that just this, that we are given all this free assistance to others that we're bringing into Springfield, Ohio, the immigrants that we're bringing in. They get food stamps, they get cash, they get cars. It took me 4 months to get my granddaughter health insurance. That's when I get choked up because she's pregnant. She wasn't able to see a doctor, okay? Because we don't have $150 every time we turn around for her to see a doctor. So we applied 3 or 4 different times. I emailed Mike DeWine. I sent him an email. The very next day I got a phone call from Dan Zimmerman, who couldn't talk to me because she's 20. She come home, he talked to her. But during that time, she got an automated phone call saying that she was approved for Medicaid as of August the 15th. Now, why do we have to go through all of that to get what they're freely given to others that they're bringing into our country?
I would like to hold on there. I would like to illustrate to everybody one quick thing. The health insurance fucking organizations are terrible. They're terrible, and they do get circumvented for people who are less able in some scenarios, not all. If you want to just like a crash course understanding that doesn't really take you any time to learn and you just want to laugh also, there's this great show called South Park where they make fun of the entire concept of the healthcare system. You'll probably learn nothing like truly intrinsic, but you will walk away learning the basic, which is you're going to get fucked over. And that's pretty much all you need to know.
All these Haitian immigrants coming in.
Absolutely. They're prioritizing them and they're forgetting about us, period. Same way with Social Security. I tried to get in the Social Security office.
What's the AI Trump thing? It's because of that. It's because of all this shit about the cats. It's literally because of all this shit about the cats. And I think some fucking governor or politician got mad and they brought this up in a meeting. Look at this. You're using this. And if this all turns out to be true, then it's substantial that these motherfuckers are doing this. But if this is all, if we go like weeks more of this shit and people are actually dedicating time to figure out if this is true or not, and it comes back that it's not true, a lot of this fucking stupid shit is just gonna get thrown to the wayside and people are not gonna care. They're not gonna fucking care.
The line was clear out into the parking lot. So they're gonna go in. Social Security is gonna take care of them. When I get there, they're out of time.
Obviously, this has blown up in the national media. Mainstream media is saying that all of these citizens' concerns are basically fake and void. What's your opinion on that?
Well, motherfuckers aren't being as callous as it's all fake and void. I think people heard the concerns. They dedicated time to figuring out the concerns, and they came back with nothing. Like nothing. Like they came back with nothing.
How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel lost and it makes me feel alone because not all of our
This is America.
Citizens here are fake. Not everything that you're hearing and seeing is fake. Are there things that have been shared that we have no proof of? I'm sure there has been.
Ding, 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 ding. And that's the problem. A lot of shit that's fake got the most traction, and I don't feel like it warranted needing the most traction. It should have just been the truthful shit. Like, for example, how in the fuck I still haven't seen anybody fight to figure out what the fuck was going on with these apartment complexes being taken over. Like, I'm still seeing that shit, and I'm just sitting there like, mama, help? I don't know what to do. What if they come knock on my door? Woo. I told myself if that ever occurs, I'm going out. If I die, I'm taking one with me. I'm gonna be the stuff of legend. It'll be an epic battle between me and a bunch of motherfuckers who come jump me. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Don't you worry. I'm taking somebody with me. There's gonna be 2 funerals. Mine and one of the motherfuckers that tried Big Daddy.
But that hasn't been me. Okay, let's talk about the people who are real.
You spelled there wrong? Probably.
And that's the people who are down here tonight and others throughout our community.
So would you say your main concern, from our conversation, is kind of the Medicaid issue, the Social Security issue, just them, the immigrants receiving care before actual American citizens are?
Not only just that, but driving. It's become very dangerous to be on the roads here in Springfield.
Oh, baby girl, you ain't been in New Orleans on a Friday afternoon on our turn.
They're giving them driver's license after they take a test, which, they should have some kind of schooling on driving.
They do. Wait a minute, they do. It's called the driver's ed. I'm not going to believe with any sincerity that a bunch of fucking Haitians just show up at the DMV, fill out a couple pages worth of documents, and then just take a picture, get a card. I'm not going to believe that. You're going to have to bring forth some strong pieces for me to believe that one. Like, it's going to take a lot for me to believe that one.
And they're causing a lot of accidents. There are a lot of accidents. We have our kids in school now. We can't afford, nor will we put up with somebody running into our kids and killing them. We've already lost one young man last year, so.
You're referring to the story where the Haitian immigrant ran into the school bus and killed the child, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And it's only going to get worse from here. Unless somebody brings in some help, some real help, if you want to educate them, Our culture is not.
Seems like you would need some teachers for that one. And that would mean paying them, which is what they already kind of barely do with the teachers who teach your kids. So that's more money going into teaching Haitians American culture. Seems like this is still a lose-lose, because then it'll be goalpost to why are we giving people money to teach these Haitians and they're killing us and eating our dogs. They're eating the dogs. Did you know that? They're eating them.
Not their culture. They need to become our culture, not their culture.
And more taxes to pay. Captious clown. Always coming in with the sanguine pieces of advice needed.
How long have...
And there are no pics or videos there. Okay, so look, the thing about the pics and the videos, I'm going to go both of them, one by one. Pictures. They got the picture of the one guy holding a duck, I presume by the neck. But the problem with that is people keep saying that that's in Springfield. It's in Springfield. It's in Springfield. It's not. So, you could still say it's in Ohio, but... saying it's in Springfield, that really doesn't hold as much weight as you would want it to. Second thing, the videos. There's a video going around of somebody being arrested with the assumption that is because of eating an animal. But that's an American. That was confirmed via the people you want to talk about this shit, doing the work you want them to do and saying, that's not a Haitian, that's an American. So the new problem we've adopted is you want this information to be specific. You want it to be the way you want it, which is, hey, it's a Haitian in Springfield, Ohio, kidnapping a duck and eating it later. You want it to be Haitian arrested recently. By the way, this is some shit that was a year ago. You want it to be Haitian getting arrested, body cam footage shown also for eating a pet cat. But it was last year before this became a topic of discussion, and it was just a black bitch. So either you think Haitians are just full on distinguishable and there's no difference between a Haitian and just some regular nigga, which is disastrous in terms of conversation, or, you're just not comfortable hearing the truth when you want it given to you. Are ducks good? Yes. Before you fucking raise an eyebrow at me, you eat chicken, so I don't know why you're fucking flaunting your holier-than-thou flex upon thy. Yes, ducks are good. Alligators are good. Crocodiles are good. There's a lot of food you eat in the South. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of food people eat in the South. You know what I'm saying? Catfish, but I was specifically saying fish.
Have you been a resident of Springfield, Ohio?
75 years.
75 years. So
I've lived in my home 48 years.
Wow, okay. and we kind of had briefly spoken off camera about insurance issues. I mean, literally a beater car driving by with his wheel about to fall off as we're talking, and problems with people driving out here, how it's dangerous, people are getting into crashes. Can you speak on that a little bit in your experience with it?
Well, I mean, we have maybe 3 to 4 a day, every day.
Crashes a day?
Of Haitians, yeah, of Haitians.
Can you confirm that for like a week straight, 3 or 4 a day was all Haitians? I beg a citation. Like, I beg for a citation on this one, because I feel like with the police in that area having to probably deal with this and report it, maybe a couple motherfuckers are dying because of it, you would want like a paper trail so that we know that 3 to 4 times a day car crashes are happening, and each one is because of the Haitians.
That's not even Americans, that's Haitians. And our insurance rates have went sky high because of it, because of our zip code. I've never, in 60 years of driving, I have never had a ticket. Had one accident when I came off an exit ramp one time in the wintertime. I slid on ice, and it was only my car. And that was like 15 years ago. I couldn't find insurance last week when I called around. 4 hours it took me to call.
What? So you got into an accident 15 years ago. What the fuck that got to do with insurance? No. That is difficult? Well, congratulations. More people on the planet means more time that are going to fucking have to deal with all of you losers as it pertains to dealing with your insurance. And that'd be a problem. Sorry that these companies don't have dedicated time. Might I add to your point, a lot of conservatives twist the context in any situation to fit their own narratives. But you already knew that. Oh, we already knew that. Everybody who doesn't want to think in any form of critical notion will just cherry pick something for their own benefit, which is why when I upload that video of me talking about how batshit insane this whole concept of worrying about earrings is, there's going to be an overwhelming amount of people who try to get on my ass about how, oh, well, you're not thinking about this the right critically at all. Oh, I'm not thinking about this critically. I have 4 eyes that allow me to see. And I clearly see a difference between one set of earrings and another set of earrings. And you will think to yourself that I am somehow the one that doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I didn't just blindly subscribe to your weird ideology of, hey, Kamala's got a radio earpiece in her fucking ear. And we caught it in real time because we were staring at her that hard. Like, fuck. Where's my fucking...
All around and get...
Where's my fucking evidence?
Insurance.
You think that's because it's such a high-risk area when it comes to the accidents?
It's a high-risk area. Absolutely. They had raised my insurance $200.
This last go-around?
Yes, in just 6 months. I got raised $200, but I paid...
Welcome to the horrible life of insurance. It is a hellhole, and that process has existed way before this became an issue. And it's going to be hilarious watching people try to make it an issue now, even though it's affected a lot of people.
Every 6 months. And I couldn't find anybody who could beat what they were charging me. So I thought, maybe I should be like the Haitians and not have insurance. I mean, that's the mindset we end up getting here. Nobody should have to go through that because of people that's here not obeying our laws.
When they get in accidents, is there any real repercussions?
No.
They don't have any.
You wouldn't be able to know that if you're talking about jail time or if you're talking about actual price hike on your insurance. You wouldn't be able to know that because that's not true. That's not where you get this information. You put this fucking you have this fucking information towards the police department. You bring this type of questioning to the fucking insurance companies. You don't bring this to random motherfucker.
Insurances, do they just kind of get let go, make sure everyone's okay at the scene?
Well, usually the cars are demolished, so they tow the cars because they can't do anything else with them. But they usually have a guy. I've noticed with the accidents, there's this one guy who speaks English, and he comes and speaks for them. There's no repercussions. I mean, we've got a whole list. We're in a special group that we have on Facebook, and there's a whole thing of cars you can see on that group.
What is that group called?
Stop the Influx.
Stop the Influx.
And there's cars, like every day, there's cars out there that people's taking pictures of where they've wrecked.
You know how bad it is that you get into a Facebook group where all the cars are just totaled cars? Does anyone have an idea as to how easily it is to spread misinformation about that? I could give you a fucking totaled car from New Orleans on I-10 and motherfuckers will believe a Haitian did it.
And people, you know, when they don't have insurance, people are paying that out of their pockets. This one lady that's in our group, they ran into her garage and killed her animals, demolished her garage. The insurance, he had no insurance, he was drunk. The insurance company, her insurance company only paid $19,000, and it's going to cost them like $50,000 to put the garage back together and replace their animals that they had in there.
No repercussions for the person that ran into it?
No, they were ready to arrest the guy who
We love a little bit of propaganda.
in the house because he was holding the guy. The guy wanted to run. He wanted to leave, and the police were going to arrest the guy who was holding him because the guy was so upset. I mean, it's like they're against us instead of them.
I think it's like a two-tier system.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
Do you think that they're in favor of the Haitians over, the residents, the long-time residents here?
These Haitians. Lots of people are making money, including our government.
You're referring to like the nonprofits, the NGOs.
Well, our governor had a school in Haiti that they named after their daughter who was in a car accident and died. And that just recently got closed down when they had all the gangs over there.
Yeah.
Everybody's making money off of them. There's a whole bunch of people making money off of this. And it's more than what anybody will ever know.
I really just want, I hope this guy will stop telling the recanting stories of other people and actually, investigate. Because I got some bad news for anybody who's, staunchly in favor of all of this shit going on. You need more evidence. Lifts, wait, what the fuck am I? What the fuck is this? Lifts I've taken in Springfield have all been Haitians. Only one has spoken English so far. The last one I took, I had an e-brake engaged while driving. Wouldn't it be a perfect time? Wouldn't it be the perfect time to record all this? Picture? Don't sit here and act as if we're now suddenly shocked that we're not seeing any pictures of this. I just want a picture. And what the fuck is this? If you are a nurse or work at a hospital in Springfield, reach out to me, please. I'm hearing a very concerning stories regarding TB and HIV from nurses, but they are nervous to speak out. I will blur your face and alter your voice to protect your identity if you're willing to discuss what is taking place. You want nurses to violate HIPAA law. Bitch ass boy, you want nurses to violate HIPAA law. This is no. Never knew what I would be by my. Don't. I hope no nurses violate HIPAA law to help this motherfucker with some shit he's hearing from other people. Because so far, what he's gotten, he's backed up with nothing. David Muir outright saying that the stories are completely false without coming out here and actually talking directly to the locals. Well, you're talking to the locals, but you're not verifying anything. You're just hearing stories. I could go there right now and pretend to be a resident from there and drum up a fucking story that this motherfucker would actually, I could actually see all this is happening. I've spent one day in Springfield, Ohio so far, and I'm honestly mind blown on what's taking place in this town. The receipts and stories locals have brought in saying they're fed up. More interviews are coming tomorrow. This was 20 hours ago, so today's the day. Where the fuck are the interviews, buddy? I'd love to see them. We're reaching at 8. It'll be the 24-hour mark. Hey, my name is... I've received nearly 400 emails from Springfield locals about their experiences dealing with the Haitian influx. Nearly half of the emails I received have been similar to this one. My name is blank. I've lived in Springfield my entire life. At the beginning of the year, we made the decision to move away from the hometown due to the rising violence within them. They have affected my home life and now my work. Recently, we have a few violent Haitians in my place of work, ranging from calling us whites, racist slurs, to threatening employees with hammers and even threatening to come back and kill everyone on site. I've stopped men fighting women. I have almost been killed on my motorcycle in traffic because of the Haitian. Having to deal with them literally taking over neighborhoods by busfuls. If you're still interested in hearing more from my point of view, please email me. You need to fucking figure this. Cool. You're telling me your stories. Back them up. Like that's all I'm asking. I'm not sitting here saying none of you motherfuckers are lying. I'm saying back it up. And if you can't back it up, I will strongly start considering that you are lying to me, and we do not need that. We do not approve of that, and we should not do that, and that is bad. That's a bad thing to do. You should not do. Please do not do. Do not ever do. It's bad if you do. Fuck! My number's been leaked ahead of my reporting of the Springfield. Yeah, I can't believe this considering you lied about the other thing. You lied about the other thing, so I can't really believe you that your number has been leaked. First of all, how would your number have been leaked? I can't put it past you that you texted yourself when doing this. So, no, I'm not going to believe this at all. You had the ability to tell the truth about your YouTube channel being banned, but it came back that you deleted it yourself because you're a terrified little shit. My number has been leaked ahead of my reporting in Springfield. I'm now receiving texts from leftists. Why are we assuming they're leftists? The entire Springfield thing is a made-up bullshit story that even local cops would deny. You're a piece of shit for giving it credence, and I hope someone demonizes your family someday, you pussy-ass bitch. Yeah, okay. I'm going to believe this because you're the same guy who told the truth about getting banned off YouTube. Okay. Let me just for a moment. Piece of advice for everyone in the stream: influencers are not journalists because they lack the integrity to report the truth. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Okay. Springfield, Haitians. I finally got my fucking keyboard to like actually connect to the Bluetooth of my computer so I could take it off the fucking charger. Springfield oil. Man reported Haitian immigrants snatching geese. Just 2 weeks ago. Okay, that's 2 weeks ago. And there was a so look. In the credence of this all might actually be true, there's police reports of this shit. Now, how true they are, let's find out together. Let's find out how true they are together. Where just so happens to be. Listen. I say whatever you want. This is the worst image of the year. And no, it's not AI. They actually put that fucking he actually put it on his fucking head. He put it on his fucking head. I saw the video. I saw the video of him doing it. Where is it? Bro. You're fried, buddy. Not gonna lie, funny bit, but fuck, man. More indicative scenarios about how, this guy's not even fully there anymore. There's a police report, police call recording, and a testimony from residents about Haitians stealing and eating animals. ABC fact check Trump on this, blah, 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 blah. How did you pull this? Where did you
I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun because I see what's going on in these streets and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits and I'm getting out here every day and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans.
Buddy, you might be classified as a Haitian by some individuals.
They're running into buildings. They're running into... They flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't...
He said, Biden, fuck it. I'm not running for re-election anyway. I ain't gonna lie. If he's in his right mind and he just did that shit, whew, what a blow to come out.
No, like, who's getting paid from it? I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something.
Is it your baby mama, good sir?
And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, like, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like, y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns and they look for dope and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers and pulling people over for, like, going left to center and, like, a couple miles over. Like, y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their Silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol knows so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic.
What's wrong with eating ducks? Well, if you didn't, like, buy them from somewhere and, like, just, like, get them legally, if you just yanking them out from where they're probably protected in some areas, that's a problem.
Traffic. They need to, y'all pay them, they can go over there and teach these Haitians how to drive, because it's getting I'm getting thousands of views on these, and it's going to get bigger, and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all need to put on a t-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets, and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is.
Yeah, y'all need a better person to come talk to y'all about this shit.
Like, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. We got to do something, bro. It's kids out here getting hurt. Like, only reason I even went on here and said something about it is because somebody told me they walking from the school and a Haitian almost ran into them. And who is getting paid? Like, how much money is y'all really getting paid, like, to bring them over here? Like, I know it's deeper than them. I know that's where they come from, and that's what they do. That's their country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just getting paid from it and then y'all ain't doing nothing about it, I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, like, step up. Like, it's lame.
It's lame. He was there all this time. He never showed evidence. Like, I'm gonna need a video or something. I want to see a motherfucker like actually doing it. Y'all too scared to fucking record a motherfucker like grabbing a duck and just that shit. Need a better speaker. You need a lot in this world. Better speakers are clearly one of them. I don't know. So look, I've ignored the school shooter thing. And you know it was crazy? Like 2-3 days after that fucking thing, we ended up fucking seeing another school shooting happen. But instead of like 4 people dying, it was 1. So I guess no one's really going to care about that one. Quick thought about Shannon Sharp's sex tape. Bro, I died. Because I was like, why the fuck is Shannon Sharp trending? And then I see like, oh, he's trending because he accidentally went live. And I'm thinking, because I didn't turn on the audio, I'm thinking, oh, bro just like randomly left his phone somewhere. But it's like, it's at a weird angle. And then I turned the video on. Boy, Shannon got freaky. And then it's Wednesday, so tomorrow on First Take gonna be interesting. First Take might get 10 million views first minute. And if he not on tomorrow, he's even worse.
Happy Friday. Today I have updates galore. Okay, first and foremost, I'm sure you've
Speak
heard
up.
this, but the father of the Georgia shooting suspect is being charged. Talk about that, see whether or not you think that's fair in terms of legal processes. Also, France has released Pablo Durab, and
It is absolutely fair. This motherfucker disastrously fucked over his own son by buying him that motherfucking gun. And seemingly not caring or not having much of a care about the police showing up at his crib to ask him questions about his fucking son. So yeah, father, you're cooked. And you know what? Maybe that could be our first step to solving these problems. You know, if maybe I consider that to be the first step, because going straight to anything regarding gun control would just immediately kill the conversation right there. So, you know, first step, if your child shoots up a school, you get arrested with him. And, you know, if you don't want that to happen, lock them guns up. Don't buy one for your child. And if you do have guns, you're a legal card carrying American, keep them away.
He's made his first statement to the public. We're going to go over that. Romania has released the Tate brothers to house arrest, despite the fact that the prosecutors basically pleaded to have them both jailed, and then they appealed when the courts said no, and they lost that appeal, so they are back home as well. And then
Oh, good Lord.
he used to come in every day with a debacle, and he would ask us to just work through the philosophical question. And so today I'm going to give you guys a philosophical question regarding liability. You know, and this comes up all the time, especially after a school shooting, but in many other circumstances that we're going to go over today. But in terms of any sort of an accident or anything that's done on purpose, do we blame the manufacturers? Which is to say, if a school shooting happens, do we blame the gun? When somebody shoots another human being, do we blame the gun manufacturer? And some people are probably thinking, yes, we should, because they're creating something that could kill someone. And if your answer is yes, and of course you know that the slope then gets incredibly slippery, it would mean that you have to blame the manufacturer of alcohol when someone drinks and drives. It would also mean that you have to blame the car dealer if somebody got into a car and decided to run over 10 people. You go, okay, well, you created something that could kill someone.
Sure, cool. What about the father who bought the gun? I'm comfortable blaming the father who bought the gun.
And so it's really interesting always to me when you look into the news and you see how the government deals with that question. And of course, everybody right now is speaking about what happened in Georgia 2 days ago on September 4th. There was a shooting at Appalachia High School, which is, I think, about 50 miles or an hour outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And this took place in Winder, Georgia. Well, the GBI, that's the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, identified those that were killed horrifically. It was 4 people, and their names are Richard Aspinwall, 39 years old, Christina Arimi, 53 years old, and then you had students, Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angela, who were both just 14. And of course, what has shocked the nation is the fact that the shooter was just 14 years old himself. His name was Colt Gray, and it is ironic, darkly ironic, of course, that he is named after a gun. But now we have more details that are starting to...
It's not ironic nor creepily ironic at all. He's just named after a fucking gun.
Come out, and it seems like this is the circumstance in all of these cases. I don't know how it is. The FBI, the authorities were tipped off somehow, and then nothing really came of whatever it was that they were investigating. But it turns out that yes, the Georgia authorities already had visited the home of Colin Gray, that's the father of Colt Gray, and his son, because the now alleged gunman who killed 4 people, apparently they had received a tip about alarming online messages that he had been posting that were threats to, quote, shoot up a middle school. It was a group chat that he was saying this on an app, Discord. And
yes, he should have been fucking... He should have been housed in.
He was so terrifying about this that he also posted photographs of guns. And so they visited the home, and I guess that didn't result in anything. And so on one hand, people are very frustrated. On the other hand, the investigators are saying, what more could we have done? Like, we weren't positive if it was him. If you post a threat like that, what's the worst thing that could have happened? He hadn't yet committed the crime. That creates that whole debacle. He hadn't yet committed the crime. He thought about doing, maybe he posted something to be funny. Can we really lock him up for that? Well, I think at the very least what he could have done is made sure that he didn't have any access to guns, right? Making sure that he was living in a safe environment. And the reality is that he was not, okay? And so it turns out that Colt Gray's parents were not the best examples in his life. They were going through a very bitter separation and a custody battle. And the family had been on the radar of the police department and the Family and Children's Services Department. The GBI said at a press conference, it's understood that the teenager was living with his father during the split, and it was a nasty one, as I said. His maternal grandfather told CNN that the boy had lived in...
Oh, you're boring me, woman.
About someone who's dealing with addiction. Again, not a stable household, which always seems to be the environment that fosters this sort of behavior. But what's interesting is that authorities have made a move to charge his father, Colin Gray. Again, now, this guy's 54 years old, and he's being charged with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter.
This motherfucker's name, Big Nigga with a Blade. I want to get a dog named Bruce and a kid.
2 counts of second-degree murder and 8
fuck you, I'm not reading the rest of that.
counts of cruelty to children. And they're saying that the reason they're charging him is because he's the one that allowed his son to possess a weapon. Apparently, Dad is the one that brought Colt the semi-automatic weapon as a Christmas present. And
say you agree with this. Say you agree with this motherfucker being punished. Because if you disagree, what is your alternative?
Dad saying, well, that was just for hunting. 14-year-olds, just so you know, I know we got the crowd that's like, we just need stricter laws by all measures and all laws. A 14-year-old is not supposed to possess a weapon. So his father buying him this, of course, is already breaking the law. His father allowing him to take that gun to school or not knowing.
Yes, I'm with you, kid. Yes.
That he took that gun to school is already breaking the law. So what do you think? Is it fair that he's being charged? And I'll show you again, that is him as he is at his arraignment. You can see he's rocking back and forth. The father is deeply upset. And I think at some points it was reported that he was crying during this. And I guess some people feel bad for him. But actually, this works for me. This is...
Yes! Oh, we're done. I don't need to hear nothing else. I agree with Candace. We all agree with Candace. Yes! Oh, I was scared. Like, listen, I was on shaky ground a little bit. Thought she was gonna pull one of those. You gotta look at. I'm with you, Candace. You know what? I'll hear the rest of you have to say.
This is exactly how it should be, because as a parent, you have responsibility over your children. I know that seems like such a foreign concept, like a crazy concept now. That we're living in this over-liberal environment where people just think, oh, no, kids are their own entity, and if they're 4 years old and they decide that they...
About fucking time you come back to the land of common sense, you fucking baboon.
They want to be a fish, you just gotta let them keep swimming in the bathtub and never come out if they say that they're a mermaid. I know we're living in that sort of a mental environment in America, at least we're fostering that sort of mental environment. The reality is that you're in charge of your kids. You are in charge of your children, okay? You should know whether or not your children are fostering violent thoughts. And beyond that, when the authorities pay you a visit and tell you, hey, your child has been posting online about wanting to shoot up a school, maybe don't get him a gun for Christmas. And so you have a situation that I actually very much agree with. And I can imagine how that would ricochet if kids understood that their actions could be blamed on their parents. I'm talking even a 16-year-old, if they're caught drunk driving and the police say your mom and dad are gonna have to spend 30 days in jail, it would rot the children inside and out. You know, it's this idea, this perceived idea of freedom and separation from the parents that I'm not comfortable with. So I'm okay with this. I'm actually very much okay with this. But I find it quite odd though, right? And I'm, again...
Fuck, no. Just move on to the next segment, you bitch. Move on to the next segment, you whore. Fuck. You hit it. You hit the home run. Why are you making it worse by keeping the dog?
Never would blame the manufacturer of the gun. I very much believe that all Americans should legally possess a weapon, especially as our government grows increasingly more totalitarian, especially following COVID. I think every single person is starting to think that way, of realizing, wow, yeah, no, communism, socialism, not that far out of an idea here in America. And so I think it's okay to legally own weapons. But of course, I would never blame the manufacturer if somebody uses a weapon incorrectly. And governments don't tend to take that stance unless they have the exact opposite perspective sometimes. In the unique case where the government themselves feels like they are out of control or out of the loop, because I think we all recognize our government is a gang, and
every person does not need a gun, just so we're clear, ladies and gentlemen, because if every person has a gun, wouldn't that mean
saw this, of course, last week or the week before. I think it was last week when Pavel Durov, the billion...
What the fuck? You know what? Why are we watching Candace? No idea. We're going to wrap it up how we started. We're going to wrap this up how we started. The conversation about the earring. I need to see if this motherfucker immediately debunks this shit at all. The first two comments I see. It's absurd we continue to not demand a fair platform. I knew Obama was telling her what to say the whole time. I didn't hear her repeat herself or become unhinged like usual. Very odd. She didn't need an earpiece. Lying comes naturally. It's not surprising Sleepy Joe had won during the entire 2020 debate. Yep, here we go.
Well. Lots of people on the internet talking about the debate last night and whether or not the Kamala nominee, the Cacklementum, was receiving any extra help in the earpiece or in some potential earpiece. It seems like every debate that goes on out there, this is at the point of conversation, the topic of conversation. I would not be surprised.
It's a point of conversation because you motherfuckers are insane. You motherfuckers don't, for like a second, breathe. You just let shit permeate the dumbest way possible. And you can't just say, damn, that was a shitty debate, and here are the reasons why. We gotta make some fucking excuses.
Surprised if basically everybody in debates is wearing some sort of earpiece at some point or another, in particular the Democrats who are totally fine having debates in places like ABC where they're openly antagonistic against one particular candidate. And one of the most biased, unreasonable debates I've ever seen, you know, they gave Kamala Harris a shorter podium so she would seem as tall. They made sure to have...
What? They gave her a shorter podium. Oh, the bias. Oh, the bias. The bias is oozing. You got a shorter podium? Maybe because you're shorter than the motherfucker? Oh, the bias. Oh, the unfair.
Limited split screen.
Matter of fact, fuck it. I'll engage this stupid ass discourse. Google, go ahead and help me out. Kamala is 5'4". I'm taller than Kamala. Do you realize how much this don't matter? Matter of fact, how Trump is 6'3". Now, with a straight face, tell me why the fuck we as a collective society should give a fuck that Kamala is 5'4" with a short podium. Why the fuck would they give her like an extra large one? Or like whatever the standard base podium would be. She would look stupid trying to look over the fucking thing to talk into the microphone. What the fuck? We for real here? This can't be all we got. You know what? If he lose, I'm blaming motherfuckers. I'm blaming motherfuckers like him. If Trump lose, I'm blaming motherfuckers like him because you're not giving anything of substance. You just talking loud. Like you not substantiating any of this shit, bro. That's the thing that's irking me. I feel like it wouldn't be difficult to actually walk through that shit and say, yo, Kamala fucked up here, Kamala fucked up there, Trump fucked up here, Trump fucked up there. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, debate was like a 4. L America. But no, we gotta do all this stupid shit. I guarantee you it's being done on the fucking left too. Where motherfuckers are glazing Kamala for unrealistic fucking reasons under the sun that anybody else with a brain would just be like, what the fuck? But because this world is so fucking weird, this is what I see more.
For making wild, cackling faces every time Trump.
And that's not what she was doing. She was hearing what a motherfucker was saying, and like anyone else, if confused, would just look like, what the fuck? And are we really gonna do the faces thing when Trump had his lips stretched out and he was looking all around?
Oh. Trump in an attempt to make TikTok type of interactions or things like that. Well, last night and this morning, people.
This is the same guy who hoped that Tim Pool did a live stream of his FBI questioning, talking about things seeming like TikTok debates.
People were wondering, was she wearing a device? Cackling face, Kamala Harris a shorter podium so she would seem as tall. They made sure to have unlimited split screen for making wild, cackling faces.
Now, the thing, I rewound just so I could get a freeze frame, so I could continue my streak of being the greatest freeze framerist in all of the land. Because you need a freeze frame artist to actually beholden society to its ideals. This is the dumbest fucking way to look at this fucking debate. And I saw on his fucking channel, he's got it on there, moments that made Trump look epic. It's like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that, buddy. We're not doing that funny little fucking game. Because there's another version of you out there that's like, the epic moments that made Kamala look silly. And it's like, oh, no.
Every time Trump in an attempt to make TikTok type of interactions or things like that. Well, last night and this morning, people were wondering, was she wearing a device? Now, there's one particular device that people are pointing to. Apparently, it's called the Nova H1 audio earring. What are they? Well, they are at the center of a various theory. Let's go to Kickstarter. Here's what the actual product is. It looks very similar to...
Also, Kickstarter is not Amazon or Fiverr. Like, you got to put forth money to that shit for it to reach a goal. And then if it reaches that goal, you get the product. If you don't reach that goal, you're not getting anything. What the fuck are we? I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. New cooking video coming soon, by the way. Gotta add the voiceover. And since that's all I gotta do, probably be out tomorrow. Also, I got bullied because I was making, because like for like the first couple videos, it was primarily chicken. And I made the fucking hash browns, which I called chicken thigh hash browns, not because they were chicken, but because, motherfucker, they look like chicken thighs. And the motherfucker was like, everything you make on here is chicken. First of all, factually incorrect. And how dare you not allow me to continue the stereotypes that carry my people into the eons.
Earrings that Kamala Harris was wearing during the debate last night. Of course, Kamala Harris has said that they are Tiffany's earrings, so they're probably $100,000 or more, but she's middle class, everybody.
They were not $100,000. They're $800,000. Still pricey. Still pricey, but accurate numbers mean nothing. When it's easily verifiable, that's too much work. When it's some shit we could just guesstimate, that's easier. Right.
She's middle class. So here are the H1 Nova earrings getting lots of free press as a Kickstarter that raised $100,000. And it is, let's take a look. The Nova H1. Okay. Is there any audio? So the world's first audio earrings. I don't know if the music they use. So it's just, it looks like a earring, basically like you're wearing an earring instead of an earbud. You can stream from anywhere. So it says Bluetooth earrings. It's the first clip-on earphones in the planet. These earrings are fully packed with the latest technology, embedded in real pearls to provide you with music, phone calls, and digital assistance all day long. Like conventional earrings, the Nova H1 are placed on the earlobes and project the sound from inside the pearl straight into your ear canal. Thanks to a worldwide patented directional sound technology, the sound travels from the earlobe of the ear to the ear canal, avoiding sound leakage and keeping your conversation.
Dylan, we already fucking went over this shit. This is This is how we began the stream. This is how we're ending the stream. I gotta see if this dude's gonna fucking sit here and just completely debunk this shit with the evidence that has been provided by everybody who's not like brain rotted. And we'll actually just be like, no, we don't need to spread any of this information out there. It's pointless. We should just be able to beat these motherfuckers over the head.
And music totally private and secure. So you can see the earrings that, as they said, they look like clip-on. There's a couple different kinds out there. If you look at, Kamala's earrings versus the actual smart earrings, there's a lot of people who are, it is their opinion that she's wearing it. You see this? Prove Kamala Harris wearing earpiece in the debate. She's seen wearing an earring developed by Nova Audio Earrings, first at CES 2023. The earring has audio transmission capability and acts as a discrete earpiece. You can see in many of the pictures, it looks very similar.
So is he not aware he's not showing this? This is not my screen. This is his screen. Like, he didn't show.
Kind of at first glance, you see a lot of people here on TikTok.
All right, somebody needs to explain to me this. The Nova headphone earrings that look a lot like the earrings that Koala used in the debate, they are available for purchase. So why do I keep getting this comment that it's a Kickstarter, not available? And I'm going to show you the receipts. Now, I cannot confirm or deny that these are, in fact, those earrings.
You can clearly confirm or deny. You can clearly confirm or deny that those are not the earrings. I can easily do that. So anyone else who has 2 functioning eyes, or fuck it, maybe you're one of those special people who has 4. You can see this shit.
I just showed some photos that they are similar and look an awfully lot alike. What do you guys think? So this is the Nova earring Instagram page, and I'm going to show you that they've been available in 2023. This post here is from...
They've been around. The idea that they're not around is fake news. You see this?
Oh, that's the part that's fake news. Okay. Not the whole thing. Not the whole thing. Right?
It turns out she was wearing. I have the audio. I'm sure this is a joke. Now a lot of people are saying it's a cope. Tim Pool says Kamala earpiece claim is a cope. Trump got heated. That was bad for him. He got all the best zingers though, and the machine state doesn't understand how powerful those zingers are. Kamala did better than many people expected. Everyone is claiming their person won the debate.
Tim Pool with the fucking W take. It's cope. Tim Pool, motherfucker. A lot of motherfuckers who glaze right now. Russian spy. He says it's cope. The video should stop right there. You were sitting there glazing this motherfucker, talking about how you're a friend of this motherfucker. He's telling you it's cope. Shut the fuck up. It's over. This shit is pure cope. Y'all wanted Kamala to bomb. She didn't bomb. Motherfuckers wanted Kamala to bomb and she didn't. The motherfucker held somewhat of a ground. And it wasn't that hard. Just like it wasn't hard for old Trumpa Wumpa Crumpa Dumba Cumpa Dumba to hold his ground against a fucking easy opponent like Joe fucking Biden. The more this goes on, and if motherfuckers don't get on these platforms and immediately shut this stupid shit down, the more this makes a lot of motherfuckers look bad.
Sebastian Gorka says, anyone who posts this, whether or not, is either a cretin who doesn't get politics or a clickbait whore. Well, I do enjoy a good click here and there. No one will choose a candidate on election day based upon whether or not they had an earpiece in during the debate. You see this, Laura Loomer sharing interesting choice of earrings. So she showed the earring, then she showed the Nova ones. I think they were Tiffany's earrings. There is no evidence currently that there was any kind of earpiece involved there, any kind of communication. But interestingly enough, there's been 1,000 mainstream media articles written about it. So,
you know why? Because you motherfuckers ran over yourselves to fucking put that out there to the point where, much like the fucking thing about the Haitians, they're going to report on it. What do you want them to ignore it? Which would make it worse. If motherfuckers ignored it, you'd be like, why is no one talking?
The theory goes that Harris' earrings contained a clandestine Bluetooth device that enabled her to be able to coach by unseen aides during the ABC News Forum in Philadelphia in flagrant violation of the rule set out by the Disney-owned network. One ex-user dubbed it the Maverick Approach. A self-described alternative news source peddled a claim early Wednesday that Harris had been fitted with a pair of smart earrings. Here's the reality. If it was true, even if it was true, I don't think it helped her. I think the idea that
it wasn't true, and I'm going to just need motherfuckers to just say that part. Stop coping.
She won this debate is nonsense. I think you can look at after the dust has settled, Trump is back up to a point lead, or earlier today it was a 2-point lead in Polymark. It'll be interesting to hear what you all say in the comment section down below. But I also wanted to share with you some of the more, white pill data. Okay, breaking Reuters reports undecided voters swing for Trump post debate.
All right, we're done. He didn't fucking espouse anything regarding this shit. He just stops there to start talking about the Trump data. Like I don't care. I don't care. Like, this is all great. The only polling that matters at the end of this is what goes on November. So, that's the only polling that matters. You could show me anything about, Kamala's winning now, but Trump was winning yesterday. Trump is winning right now, but Kamala's going to start winning in an hour from now. November is where this shit's going to matter. No one can sway me otherwise. because it seems like every other day the fucking percentages by the points fluctuate to either one on any given fucking moment of the day. So congratulations. Oh, how did the poll end? How did the poll end? When I asked y'all like an hour ago, who do you think is gonna win? 51% say Trump, the Trumpa Wumpa Crumpa Dumpa, and 48 for Camila. It was 92 votes though, 92 votes overall. So much like how the real like election polls are so close, this one's so close as well. But remember, the only one that matters is the one in November, and any poll I ever put up ever, because who knows? My polls will change the foundation of society as you know it. Leon 2024. That's it. Goodbye.